The warehouse district. For months I've been following a trail of clues, and the trail ended here. That's right, Lion. I've almost got you. I've got a folder of documents that prove all of your crimes. I just need to get into that warehouse and see what you've been up to. The door is locked tight. Those are too large for me to lift. Makes more sense to use the smaller door. A crowbar, used by the law-abiding to open crates. I'll just take it. You never know. All right. Let's see what's in there. What the? Poppy gas. The oldest trick in the book. If I was awake, I might have felt ashamed. Oh. Huh? Don't panic, Petra. You've been in worse scrapes. Let's see, what should I do? I don't have anything to cut the rope with. No good. I'm not strong enough to pull myself up. Even if I could wiggle free, I'd just fall to my death. And just between you and me, I don't want to do that. I pride myself on being an independent gal, and I really hate to do this. But when push comes to shove, I don't want to die. Hello? Anybody out there? I could use a little help. Anyone? Help!
So, you're awake at last. You're lucky I'm feeling generous, or I'd charge you for my time.
Lion!
Guilty as charged.
Guilty is right! I've got enough evidence to put you away for life!
Oh my, that is a problem. And I am good at solving problems. I wonder, how should I solve this one?
You call yourself a lawyer?
No. I call myself the best lawyer. And I intend to stay that way.
What was in that warehouse?
Warehouse? What warehouse?
Don't play coy with me. You know what warehouse.
Do you mean that warehouse that burned to the ground no less than 20 minutes ago?
What?
A freak accident. Quite sudden. I'm afraid that nobody will know what was in that warehouse now.
Ha! You fell right into my trap.
Someone will fall into something, but I don't think it will be me.
Enough talk. You wouldn't believe the amount of evidence I've got against you.
You mean the evidence that was in your coat pocket?
What? Hey, where did it go?
Oh, it's quite secure, I assure you. Anyway, I wish I could stay and chat, but I must be off. Do give my regards to the ground.
Something about that lion makes my blood boil. One day I'm gonna nail that guy. I'm gonna collect enough evidence and make it stick. Of course, until then, I have other things to worry about.
Hey, watch it, lady. I'm flying here.
Saved by the Gump transit system. How embarrassing. Yeah, sorry. You available?
Yeah, the meter's running. Where do you want to go?
Just take me home. Plumley Street.
All right, hold on.
Stupid lion. That's the 5th time he's nearly killed me. I'll get him one day. Who am I kidding? Did the bad guys ever get punished these days? I even lost my journal chasing that lion around the city. How can I be a detective without a proper journal? That reminds me. I think I have a spare journal in my file cabinet. I should take a look and see. The cabinet is locked. My file cabinet key. I'll just take this. My spare notebook should be in here. I'll just take a look. If I uncover anything interesting or worthwhile, I'll write it down. It saves me from needing to remember every word people say. Good thing I had a spare. I always feel lost without my journal. You hear that, Emerald City? I'm packing a new notebook and I'm not afraid to use it. A knock. Hey, Lion! If that's you, I suggest you beat it!
I beg your pardon.
Never mind. I'll be right there. Come on in.
Thank you. You're Petra.
That's what it says on the door. What can I do for you, Miss...
D. You can call me D.
All right, D. What brings you downtown?
I'm looking for someone. His name is Ansel, my fiancé.
Ansel, huh? And how long's he been missing?
I haven't seen him for several months. He likes to travel.
Go on.
Well, I heard that he got back 2 nights ago, but I haven't seen him. Nobody has seen him. He just vanished.
So, who told you he was back?
Nobody. I have a magic device that keeps tabs on him.
A magic device? Those are illegal.
I have a magic license. I'm not breaking any law.
What did this magical device say?
He was visiting Gillikin country before entering the city. Aside from that, nothing. I have to know what happened to him. Can you help me?
A missing fiancé? Sounds like a case of cold feet to me. Still, a case is a case. Next month's rent is due soon, and I could use the emeralds.
I'll give you an advance of 200 emeralds. 500 more when you find him.
700 emeralds? Scratch next month's rent, that would cover me till summer. Looks like you got yourself a detective, Dee.
I knew you were the right woman for the job. Here's a picture of him.
Where can I contact you if I find anything?
Oh, I'll contact you. I'll be watching. If I need to speak to you, you'll hear from me.
Great. I not only have a client, but a guardian angel, too. What's her angle? The warning signs whirl around me like a tornado, but the money is too good to pass up. Wait a minute. Tornado! I wonder... Wait a minute, Miss Gale?
Yes?
Uh-huh.
Oh, very clever. You might just solve this after all.
I knew it. Dorothy Gale, the bright-eyed little girl who blew her way into Oz over 40 years ago. What is she doing here? Isn't she an honorary princess? Why does she need my help when she could just ask Queen Ozma to wave her magic wand? Still, I can't argue with a princess, and I certainly can't argue with the 200 emeralds in my purse. I guess I'd better get going. Ansel was in Gillikin country. That means he came through the North Gate. That's probably where I should start. Of all the soldiers to be on duty, TikTok is the second to last one I want to see. Still, beggars can't be choosers. TikTok. It's been years.
Petra, what is your business here?
Charming as ever. I have some questions for you.
That is your privilege.
I'm looking for a man named Ansel. He was last reported coming through this gate 2 nights ago.
You are mistaken. No one named Ansel came through this gate 2 nights ago or ever.
You're sure?
Affirmative. My memory is infallible.
Were you on duty 2 nights ago?
Negative. I was on duty in the palace.
Then how do you know for certain who came through the gate?
I have memorized the records. Nobody named Ansel came through here.
Could he have used a false name?
Using a false name is a felony.
But could he have done it?
It is within the parameters of possibility.
How can we find out for sure?
If you have a photograph of the man, I can cross-reference him with the name he gave.
Hey, TikTok, I have some more questions for you.
You may ask.
Let's talk about the old days, TikTok.
If we must.
So, TikTok, how long has it been?
16 years, 3 months, 2 weeks, 5 days, and 11 minutes.
That long, huh? Where does the time go?
I cannot say.
Still in the Royal Guard, I see.
It is an honor and a privilege to serve Queen Ozma.
I'm sure she feels the same way. So, how's the old gang doing?
That's official business.
Oh, come on, it's me. I used to be one of you.
Precisely. You are no longer one of us. Ask again, and I will be forced to take action.
Fine, I get the point. Actually, never mind about the old days. Let's talk about the old days, TikTok.
If we must.
Actually, never mind about the old days. I have some more questions about Ansel.
That is your right.
Could he have used a false name?
It is within the parameters of possibility.
How can we find out for sure?
If you have a photograph of the man, I can cross-reference him with the name he gave.
Can you tell me who entered this gate 2 nights ago?
A total of 762 people came through this gate that night. Would you like me to list them all?
Thanks, but no. I'll crack this some other way. Enough about Ansel. I have some general questions.
Any question put to me, I will answer, within reason.
So what are you doing here, exactly?
First line of defense.
You honestly expect another invasion?
It is not my place to ask. Unlike some, I do not shirk my duty.
That's not fair, and you know it.
I only speak the truth.
Why does the city need such a huge gate?
You were here when the Phanphasms attacked the city, were you not?
Yeah, I remember. They came from the north.
Precisely. This is where our defenses need to be strongest.
It's been a long time since then. I guess it's easy to forget.
Not for me.
Tell me about the Gillikin country, beyond the gate.
Ahem. Gillikin is the northern division of Oz, denoted by the color purple. It is home to wild jungles and forests.
And exiles, right?
And for illegal magic users who try to escape the law, yes.
Actually, never mind. Thanks, TikTok. You've been a real help.
Only doing my duty.
This is a photograph of Ansel. Do you recognize him?
Affirmative. He did not use the name Ansel when he entered the city. He will have to report back to me and tell the truth in order to avoid prosecution.
Maybe I can tell him for you. What was his destination?
His destination was registered as 43 Granetta Lane, Emerald City. The residence of Miss Betsy Bobbins.
Thanks a mil, TikTok.
Only doing my duty.
Granada Lane is one of the nicer streets in the Emerald City. At least they clean it once in a while, which is more than you can say for my neighborhood.
Hey,
Hey, does Betsy Bobbins live here?
who wants to know?
I just have some questions for her.
You got questions? You ask me. Nobody gets in to see the missus without my say-so.
Who is she?
If you don't know, then why are you bugging her?
Her name came up in an investigation I'm working on.
Investigation? What does the guard want with Betsy?
I'm not with the guard, I'm freelance.
Look, Betsy don't get mixed up with stuff like that.
So you say. I have to find out for myself. I need to get inside.
Well, tough. I only let Betsy's boyfriends get past this door. Well, them and deliveries.
Deliveries?
Men send her presents. Flowers, jewelry, clothes, what have you. She doesn't always take them in, but she takes the presents.
Hello again.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know more about Betsy.
That's Miss Bobbins to you. What do you want to know?
What does she do? Does she have a job or anything?
Betsy? Nah. She don't work. She's a lady.
So what does she do all day?
She entertains. She travels.
She travels, huh? Didn't Dee say that Ansel spent a lot of time traveling? Where does Betsy travel?
Oh, everywhere. Real cultured Betsy is.
Everywhere.
Well, not everywhere. The winky air is too thin for her. She don't travel there. And Gillikin country is too dangerous. But she particularly likes Munchkin country in the spring.
Really?
And Quadlin country in the summer.
How can I get in to see her?
You don't. Unless you have something she wants, which I see you don't.
Let's talk about something else. Do you know a man named Ansel?
Never heard of it.
I have proof that he came here.
Well, I ain't seen it.
I think his ears just twitched. Is he lying? Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
Nope.
Could you look at the photograph before answering?
I said I ain't seen it.
Are you sure?
Lots of men come to see Betsy. I can't keep track of them all.
So, this man could have come here.
I didn't say that.
What other men have come to see Betsy?
Hey, that's private business. I ain't gonna start blabbing.
Would say 20 emeralds ease your guilt?
Nice try, sister. I've been with Betsy since forever. I ain't betraying her.
Loyalty, a rare trait in this city. Let's change the subject. Let's talk about you.
Hey, what do you want to know?
So, who are you?
I'm Hank.
And you're a mule.
You don't miss a trick. Sure, I'm a mule. You gonna stop asking stupid questions, or do you want a swift kick in the stomach?
Me? No, no.
Too bad.
Why does Betsy need a guard?
To stop people like you from harassing her. Men calling on her day in and day out. Poor girl just wants some peace.
So, she's popular?
You could say that.
I need to get inside.
Well, tough. I only let Betsy's boyfriends get past this door. Well,
Deliveries?
Men send her presents. Flowers, jewelry, clothes, what have you. She doesn't always take them in, but she takes the presents.
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
Mm-hmm.
A man in a white suit is leaning against my office building. There's something very strange about him. Can't quite put my finger on it. Evening.
Evening, Petra.
You know my name?
Of course.
How? Do I know you?
Know me? I hope not. For knowledge kills the sense of wonder and mystery, does it not?
Great. A nut. And right outside of my office, too. Sure. Whatever you say. Who are you?
A man who is not fully a man. A frightener of birds who have done nothing wrong. My head once was weighed down by leadership, but now rests easy on this street corner.
There's nothing easy about you, mister. A straight answer, please. Who are you?
Your eye sees only what your mind is prepared to comprehend.
You know what? Forget it. I don't care who you are. Anything interesting in the paper?
Before I read it, I was uninformed. Now, I am merely misinformed. Which do you think is better?
I think you're crazy.
Madness is often logic overtaxed.
You're overtaxed, all right. Can you go somewhere else?
We are all travelers in the wilderness of this world.
Great. Travel away from here. You're scaring away potential customers.
If it was worth doing, it would have been done already.
Here's 5 emeralds. Go away.
The problem with money is that it often costs too much.
This guy makes my brain hurt. I guess I'll just have to deal with him. Do you have any more of your enigmatic wisdom to share?
I am often amazed at the color scheme of our kingdom, aren't you? Each country is notable for its unique color. How delightful. I often travel to the Winky country to visit an old friend. When I return, I bring back something yellow to remind me of the journey.
See you around.
And that, as we say, is that.
You mean it? They won't bother me again?
Not anymore. They decided to take a long vacation.
Oh, how delightful.
Now, about my fee.
Of course. How many buttons did you say?
I didn't. I said emeralds. 10,000 of them. You are able to pay, aren't you? Because if not, I do believe those men left some documentation behind.
They did?
Yes. Frightfully clumsy of them.
Well, don't you worry about little old me. You'll get your money.
I'm counting on it, Scraps. Contact my office. My, you do turn up in the strangest places.
Lion.
She remembers me. Don't be a stranger.
Don't let the door hit you on the way out. Creep. Let's see what the current headlines are. Let's see what the current headlines are. Scraps.
Hello, neighbor. Thanks for dropping by.
Even after all these years of knowing her, I still can't get used to the sight of a living, talking patchwork quilt. Still, if there's any city where a patchwork girl could gain employment, this was it. You look troubled, Scraps.
I do? Oh no, I'm perfectly happy. Or do I mean unhappy? Either way, I must find it.
Find what?
My green button. I've dropped it somewhere in the store. Can you be a dear and look for me? These eyes aren't what they used to be.
So, how's business, Scraps?
Fantastic. Or is it terrible? Oh well, it's either one or the other. You buying anything today?
I might. I'm richer than normal tonight. What was the lion doing here?
Nothing. Or was it something? Oh, it doesn't matter. Pick either one.
He's bad news, Scraps. Stay away from him.
Oh, stop overreacting. He's just a big softy.
Softy, right. What are you looking for again?
An emerald button. It's so pretty and shiny. Take a look around. You'll probably see it glinting.
Anything new for sale?
New? No. Or is it yes? Oh, it's so confusing sometimes. But look at these flowers. Aren't they pretty?
Very colorful.
They come from all four corners of Oz. I almost wish I didn't have to sell them.
Tell me about those flowers.
Aren't they just hideous? Or do I mean delightful? It's so hard to tell the difference nowadays.
The flowers?
Oh yes, I get them shipped in from all over the country. You won't find a better selection, I promise you that.
I'd like to buy some flowers.
That's awful. Or is it wonderful? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's 5 emeralds.
Here you go.
I can mix a bouquet of 2 types of flowers. Which ones do you want?
I really like those yellow flowers and blue flowers.
What a horrible selection. Or do I mean beautiful? Either way, coming right up.
Thanks. I'd like to buy some more flowers.
You don't like the ones you have?
Not really. Can I exchange them?
Of course. I can mix a bouquet of 2 types of flowers. Which ones do you want?
I'll take a bouquet of red flowers and blue flowers.
What a horrible selection. Or do I mean beautiful? Either way, coming right up.
Thanks. Bye, Scraps.
Toodaloo!
Is this the button you're looking for?
No, that's not it. Or do I mean yes? That's it.
Is it or isn't it?
It is. Bring it here. Thanks, neighbor. I was worried I lost it. It's a rare emerald button. If you find any more, bring them here. I'll be sure to reward you.
Sure, I'll keep an eye out. Scraps.
Hello there.
I've got some buttons for you.
You do? Oh, that's dreadful. Oh, do I mean fantastic? Oh, it doesn't matter. Thank you, neighbor. Here, take this.
What's this?
Oh, some drawings I found. Take it.
That's it?
You were expecting something else?
No, this is fine. Disappointing Scraps is like kicking a wet puppy. I just can't do it. These drawings are labeled concept art. I have no idea what that means, but I'll keep them in my notebook. I have a delivery for Betsy.
You do, huh? Well, let's see it. Yeah, Betsy will like those. Go on in.
Thanks. Are you Betsy Bobbins?
Uh-huh. Are those flowers?
Yes.
Who are they from?
Nobody. They're from me.
Well, thanks, but I think you got the wrong idea.
Oh no, nothing like that. I just have a few questions for you. I'm looking for a man named Ansel.
What, he missing or something?
You know him?
Yeah, I know him, lousy lowlife. If you find that bum, you can keep him.
How do you know Ansel?
He and me were, well, together, you know? We met at the university. Swept me off my feet, he did. Real romantic. Until his money ran out, that is.
He's broke.
He was then. His money comes and goes.
Did Ansel come here 2 nights ago?
Yeah, he tried to. Told me he needed to hide out for a week or so. Said he found something big. Whatever. I didn't care. I'm through with that loser. I gave him 5 minutes before I sent the guard after him.
Ansel was a student at the university?
Him? Ha! Don't make me laugh. He did some work for him. Not sure what.
As leads go, it was a small one. Still, it was worth checking out. Where's Ansel now?
How should I know? If I had my way, he'd be 6 feet under.
What happened when the guard showed up?
He ran away, the loser.
Did the guard catch him?
I don't know. Why don't you ask the guard?
Maybe I will. Which guard was it?
Ginger.
Ginger! A feeling of cold dread creeps up my spine. I hadn't seen Ginger for years, and I wanted to keep it that way. You sure it was Ginger?
Sure. We're friends. How would I know?
You said you were friends.
Doesn't mean I know where she is all the time. If I want to find a guard, I just ask another guard.
Where can I find Ginger?
How would I know?
You said you were friends.
Doesn't mean I know. If I want to find a...
That's all for now. Thanks, Betsy. I might be back.
Sure. Just tell Hank to let you through.
I have some more questions about Ansel.
That bum. Sure.
That's all for now. Thanks, Betsy. I might be back.
Sure. Just tell Hank to let you through.
Hello again.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about...
Hey.
Never mind. Thanks for your time.
Mm-hmm.
The Royal University was built soon after Ozma took the throne. I've never been inside myself. I was educated the hard way. Hey, TikTok. I have some more questions for you.
You may ask.
Do you still talk to General Ginger?
She is my commanding officer.
Ginger outranks TikTok now? There's no justice. Where can I find her?
General Ginger has responded to a disturbance at the dock. She should still be there if you wish to speak to her.
I don't, but thanks. Thanks, TikTok. You've been a real help.
Only doing my duty.
There was no magic.
Yes, there was. Magic was involved in this, and neither of you have a license.
Hey! You can't pin this on us!
Oh, yes, I can. You were experimenting with magic, and it destroyed your ship. It's obvious.
That's a lie! It's a conspiracy, I'm telling you! Someone's trying to drive us out of business!
Leave the theories to me, girl. Captain Bill, where were you last night?
I told you, I was at Ruggido's.
Ruggido? Consorting with a known enemy of Oz?
No, I was just having a drink.
Sure you were.
You leave him alone! He didn't do anything!
Are you saying it was you?
Under normal circumstances, I would rather cut out my
No,
tongue than
it
chat
wasn't
with
either
General
of us.
Ginger.
Now why
But
would we
700
destroy our
emeralds
own
weren't normal
ship? It's our
circumstances.
livelihood.
Perhaps it...
Hey, General. Still picking on the downtrodden?
Petra, what rock did you crawl out from under?
Nice to see you, too.
I'm busy, Petra. Run along.
Ginger isn't gonna talk to me. She's trying to arrest those two sailors. They seem innocent enough. Maybe there's something around here that will prove it.
Magic is dangerous. That's why it's illegal.
We didn't touch no magic!
Hey, General, take a look at this.
What is it now?
It was on the edge of the dock, near the remains of the ship. Someone else was there.
Bill? Trot? Do you recognize this?
No.
Nope.
I think you're lying.
Oh, for Lurleen's sake, it's silver with a ruby inlay. Do you really think it belongs to them?
Perhaps you're right. Okay, you two are off the hook, for now. Get out of here. I'll have more questions for you later.
If they were smart, they'd get out of town. But if people were smart, I'd be out of business. So, General.
Petra, why are you here? And who asked you to interrupt my investigation?
Just being a concerned citizen, General.
You stopped being concerned the day you quit the Royal Guard!
Ginger could always push my buttons. You know why I left.
Yeah, I do. How is your brother doing anyway?
She's asking for a punch in the nose. But I'm not going to give her the satisfaction.
What about it?
I had to leave. You know that, don't you?
We were at war. You abandoned your post. There's no excuse for that.
Why didn't you help me? That's all I wanted, just a little help.
It had nothing to do with us.
You weren't the only one with family, Petra. That's why we were fighting, to protect our families. What made your brother more important than anyone else's?
Because he was mine.
Then we have nothing more to discuss.
What happened after I left?
We won the war. What do you think? While you were turning over stones, we sent the Phanphasms packing.
And here you are now, strong-arming innocent sailors.
Shut your mouth, Petra. You're attracting flies.
Actually, let's talk about something else.
Yeah?
I need help on a case.
Help?
I wouldn't come to you if I could go anywhere else, believe me.
What makes you think I'd give you the time of day?
Talking to Ginger was like swimming upstream. There was only one trick left to try. Here's 20 emeralds. What time is it?
You're lucky it's a slow night. You can ask whatever you want, but it doesn't mean I'll answer.
Do you know a man named Ansel?
That guy? Sure, I know him. What do you want with him?
I'm looking for him.
You deserve each other.
Betsy told me you arrested him.
I gave chase. That guy is more slippery than a greased fish.
He got away? I'm shocked, General. Shocked and disappointed. I thought General Ginger always catches the bad guy.
Oh, I'll get him. A guy like that doesn't stay underground for long.
What do you know about him?
He's smuggling scum, is what he is.
Ansel's a smuggler.
That's what I said. He tried to hide some stuff at Betsy's place. He won't try that again in a hurry.
So, Ansel is a smuggler. That makes things interesting. Anybody with an ear to the ground knows how smuggling works in the Emerald City. If smuggling is involved, Jack Pumpkinhead is pulling the strings. Where is he now?
Our investigations are continuing. We'll find him.
Actually, I have nothing else to ask you.
Suits me just fine. What about them?
What happened here?
It's none of your business, Petra.
Looks like the remains of a ship.
Brilliant. I can see why you're a detective.
Who are Trot and Bill?
Just some sailors. They don't concern you.
Who does that cufflink belong to?
I don't know, Petra. You just gave it to me. I'll take a look at it later.
Never mind. About Trot and Bill.
What about them?
Never mind. See you around, General.
Yeah, sure.
So this is what education looks like. Can't say I'm impressed.
Please don't touch that machine! It's delicate and only authorized personnel are allowed to use it.
Glinda was the Witch of the South back in the old days. Last I heard, she was killed during the Phanphasm War. But I don't believe everything I hear about witches. Modesty is not one of the professor's virtues. Ozma again. That reminds me, I need to buy more darts. I read stories about the wizard when I was a kid. He used to rule the Emerald City. I wonder where he is now.
Please refrain from going that way. Only key staff are allowed back there.
Sorry. The plaque says D. Lewis Gilbert. Never heard of him. He can't be that important. Not sure who that is, but I feel like I owe him a lot. Hello.
Welcome to the Temple of Learning. I am Professor H.M. Wogglebug, T.E., at your service.
Wogglebug? Are you the same Wogglebug who wrote Flight Patterns of the North Munchkin Tooth Sparrow?
The very same. You've read my book?
No, but it's on my shelf, right next to Mating Calls of the Gillikin Centipede.
You've bought my books but haven't read them.
Well, not exactly. I found them in a box on the street.
I see. Did you want something?
I'm looking for someone. Can you answer a few questions?
Answering questions is what I do best, my dear.
Do you know a man named Ansel?
Perhaps. What is his field?
Field?
Anthropology, science, literature?
I don't think he's involved in any of those.
Then I haven't heard of him.
Here's his photograph. Do you recognize him?
Come to think of it, yes I do. It looks like one of Cutter's fellows.
Cutter? What do you remember about Ansel?
Nothing, I'm afraid. I remember him doing some odd jobs for Cutter, but that's all.
Do you know where Ansel is now?
I wouldn't have the slightest idea.
Let's talk about something else. About this university.
My favorite subject.
What do you teach here?
Teach? My dear, we do not do anything so crass as teaching. We learn.
What's the difference?
Why waste time teaching old subjects when the world is full of new things to discover?
That's pretty efficient.
It's the future.
Can I enroll?
I'm afraid the waiting list is quite long. If you submit an application, we'll review it in 5 years' time.
Where are all the students?
They are off learning something, of course. Contributing to the fountain of knowledge that is the Royal University.
Let's talk about something else. What is this machine?
Ah, you are interested in my knowledge pharmacy?
Knowledge pharmacy?
All the wisdom and knowledge of the past in pill form. Our students simply take one of these pills and the knowledge pops right into their eager little minds. So much more efficient than the old, outdated methods of teaching.
I'd like a knowledge pill.
I'm afraid you aren't enrolled here. So you aren't authorized to use the machine.
Let's talk about something else. Who is Cutter?
He works here. He organizes these, field trips, I suppose you could call them. I think they are foolish, but we are a university, and I suppose there is some value in it.
Is Cutter here?
Yes, I believe he is. He recently got back from an expedition.
Could I speak to him?
I don't see why not. Cutter, come out here!
Yes, Professor?
This young lady would like to ask you a few questions.
Oh, sure. Whatever you need.
Is Cutter a professor, like you?
Heavens, no. He's my assistant. A very capable one, although he does have his head in the clouds.
How long has Cutter been here?
Oh, years. He came here as a student. He couldn't afford the tuition, so he offered to work as my assistant. 5 years later, he's still here. Quite indispensable.
Let's talk about something else. Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
So your name is Cutter?
Yes, and your name?
Petra. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. What can I help you with?
I'm looking for a man named Ansel. Do you know him?
Ansel? Tall man? Mustache?
That's him.
Yes, I knew him.
Knew him?
He disappeared on a recent expedition of mine. He hasn't returned yet.
Tell me about Ansel.
He was an adventurous sort. He joined my expedition because he liked to travel.
Expedition?
A historical expedition. I organize expeditions to uncover items of historical significance.
A waste of university money is what they are.
Please, Professor.
What is your connection to Ansel?
He worked for me, that's all. He liked to travel, so he was always the first to sign on to whatever expedition I organized. He didn't ask for much money, either. I don't know. He joined an expedition to the Gillikin country several months ago. I haven't heard from them. I'm afraid they're lost.
Ansel is back in the city.
He is?
According to my client, yes.
And you're looking for him?
I'm doing my best.
I wonder. Who asked you to look for him?
I can't tell you that.
Are you close to finding him?
Something about this line of questioning sets my radar off. I'm not sure I can tell you that either.
Please, it's very important.
I'm sorry. Why are you so interested in Ansel?
If he returned from the expedition, then he can tell me what happened. It's a matter of historical importance. I must know what was found.
I can only give that information to clients. I'm sorry.
Well then, what if I also hired you to find him? Then you can tell me what you uncover, yes?
Technically he was right, but these 700 emeralds bought a lot of silence. Tell you what, if you can match my client's price, then I'll share the information with you.
What price is that?
800 emeralds. I'm a detective, not a saint.
800? I'm just an assistant professor. I can't afford that much. Is there anything else you want?
About your offer. Do you still want to hire me?
Yes, I do. Is there anything else I can offer you?
I can't think of anything, aside from cash.
Well, if I can offer you anything else, let me know.
About your offer. Do you still want to hire me?
Yes, I do. Is there anything else I can offer you?
Isn't knowledge priceless? I want access to the knowledge pharmacy.
But you're not a student.
No, I'm not. But having access to those pills could help me in my investigations.
You know, you're right. Professor Wogglebug!
Yes, Cutter?
This woman is now temporarily on staff, with all the privileges that entails.
Are you sure about that, Cutter? Knowledge is a precious thing to waste on those who don't deserve it.
She's worthy, Professor.
Very well, Cutter. Young lady, if you seek knowledge about anything, come and see me.
Thank you. So, tell me about yourself, Cutter.
Me? Oh, I'm not that interesting.
I find you very interesting, Cutter.
Really?
Yes, I do.
Well, okay. What do you want to know?
Where are you from?
Oh, just some little village on the far side of Mount Munch. You've never heard of it.
So you're a munchkin?
Yes, it was a long time ago, though I still wear the blue.
What brought you to the university?
I wanted to learn, mostly. My village was so isolated, and there's so much out there.
So why come here? Why learn about the wonders of Oz through books and magic pills? Isn't it better to go and experience them for yourself?
Yeah, I could do that. But I'm not really the rugged explorer type. Besides, I'm more interested in history. I wanted to learn, and this was the best place to do it. So I came here.
Why are you so interested in history?
Things have changed so much. The Phanphasm War was the first real disaster we had. It changed everything. New laws, new policies, new defenses. We have forgotten what life was like before.
Not all of us.
So you understand. You see how important it is to preserve our history before we forget what we used to be. Well?
You certainly have a passion, Cutter.
We all need one.
I think yours is more worthy than most. Did I say that? Did I really say that? I must be getting soft. Let's talk about something else. About Ansel.
Yes?
Actually, let's talk about something else.
Leaving already? Sure. Anytime. Hello again. What can I do for you?
Thanks for your time, Cutter.
Leaving already? Sure. Anytime.
Hello, Professor.
Yes, what do you want?
About Cutter.
Yes?
Let's talk about something else. About your machine.
Yes?
I'd like a knowledge pill.
Cutter gave you permission, so it seems you are allowed. It's against my judgment, but you seem capable enough. Go over and use the machine whenever you wish.
I'd like a knowledge pill.
You have permission, so be my guest.
Let's talk about something else. Thanks, Professor. I'll be back.
Good evening to you.
How do I use this machine?
Simply face the machine and say, I desire knowledge.
You're pulling my leg.
I am pulling nothing. You receive no knowledge unless you ask for it.
Fine. Here goes. I desire knowledge. Give me a brief overview of Oz. Give me a brief history of the Emerald City. Give me the public record of Dorothy Gale. Give me the public record of the Lion. Give me the public record of the Phanphasms. Give me the public record of Queen Ozma. Give me the public record of Glinda, the Witch of the South. Give me the public record of the Wizard of Oz. Give me the public record of TikTok. Give me the public record of General Ginger. Hello, Jack. Long time no see. It's been at least 2 years, hasn't it?
Not long enough.
You flatter me. I need to ask you a couple of questions.
I haven't done anything, I haven't seen anything, and nobody saw me do anything.
Let me ask my questions first.
Ask whatever you want, but I just gave my answers.
I want to ask you about Ansel.
Ansel? Who's that?
I'll ask the questions, Jack. Who is Ansel?
How should I know? I never heard of the guy.
So you say. Where is Ansel, Jack? Come on, spill it.
I ain't got nothing to spill, lady. I never heard of Ansel, and I certainly don't know where he is.
Curse those expressionless eyes. I can never tell if he's lying or not. Ansel was a smuggler, Jack.
So?
So, you're a smuggler too.
You tried to pin that on me 2 years ago, Petra. It didn't work then, and it ain't gonna work now.
You know what? Forget it.
Done and done.
You've got some nice pumpkins here, Jack.
You want some? I can give you a good price.
Thanks, but no. So, what's inside those pumpkins?
What do you mean?
Come on, Jack, play straight with me. We both know what's inside your pumpkins.
What? Goopy pumpkin stuff? Seeds? What could you possibly be referring to?
Jack Pumpkinhead was always a cool customer. I know he's lying, and he knows that I know. And there isn't a single thing I can do about it. You really like pumpkins, don't you?
Well, you work with what you know.
So, you've got a head for pumpkins, you'd say.
Oh, haha, that joke stopped being funny years ago.
What would happen if I broke one of those pumpkins open?
I'd call up the guard and have you arrested for destroying property.
And if I discovered something that shouldn't be there?
You want to take that risk again? Be my guest.
He's right. I did that very thing 2 years ago and nearly got arrested for my trouble. I learned 2 important lessons that day. 1, a man smuggling illegal magic goods inside pumpkins wouldn't leave the offending pumpkins out in the open. And 2, Jack isn't as stupid as he looks. You know what? I'm sick of talking about pumpkins.
Then you're in the wrong place. Leave, why don't you?
Tell me about smuggling, Jack.
Oh, that old story. Didn't you try this 2 years ago? You got nothing on me, so beat it.
Just humor me. How does a smuggling operation work?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oz is a magical kingdom, but magic artifacts and goods are now illegal.
Yeah, ain't that a shame?
But most magical artifacts are small. Small enough to fit inside a pumpkin, perhaps?
Sure, whatever you say.
Now there's a thought. Pumpkins could be the perfect cover for smuggling magic artifacts in and out of the city.
Yeah, you gave me the same song and dance years ago. You here to make up stories, or do you have a real reason for being here?
I have a magic artifact I need to smuggle out of the city.
Nice try.
I'm here to pick up that illegal magical artifact.
Lurline give me strength. I'm an honest businessman, lady. Clear off.
Honest, sure. And I'm Queen Ozma. I know you're a smuggler, Jack. Everybody knows. How come you haven't been pinched?
Because I haven't done anything.
Never mind.
Good.
See you later, Jack.
The gump stand is that away. Feel free to use it.
Oh, hello.
How did you get in here?
The door was unlocked.
No, it wasn't.
Well, it was eventually.
Listen, Trot, was it?
Yeah?
Listen, Trot, I've just got one thing to say.
come on, please. I need your help.
I don't help thieves.
I wasn't stealing anything. I was just waiting for you.
Uh-huh.
I want to hire you.
I've already got a case.
Can't you take on another? That stupid General Ginger is harassing us. I don't know where else to go. Please listen, I can pay.
An opportunity to bug the General and get paid for it? Maybe she's on the level. All right, kid, you got 5 minutes.
Thank you. You were at the dock earlier, right? You remember what happened?
Yeah, I remember. I thought I got Ginger off your case.
For a while, yeah, but she's still not convinced. She's going to arrest Bill, I know it. Can you find out what really happened, please? We can always get another ship, but I can't replace Bill. He's like a big brother.
Brother. Why did she have to use that word? All right, Trot. I'll look into it.
Thank you! How much will I owe you?
My normal rate is 150. Can you manage that?
150? Really? Well, don't worry. I'll get the money.
Where can I find Bill?
He's at Ruggedose. He's not quite himself.
I'll keep that in mind. Where can I find you if I have any more questions?
I'll be by the ship.
On the dock. By yourself. At night.
I can take care of myself. See you. And thanks.
Poor kid. Maybe I should have gone easier on her. No, I did the right thing. I'm not a charity. But I couldn't help feel bad for a kid in trouble. When you think about it, that's no surprise. How old would you be now, William? Older than Trot? Yeah. Get a hold of yourself, Petra. You've got work to do. Where were you last night?
I told you, I was right here.
He's correct. I can vouch for him.
Like I'd trust you, gnome.
Impressive observation. I can see why you're a general.
A general that defeated you in the Phanphasm War. Don't you forget that.
Yes, yes, you won. Congratulations. I've gotten over it. Why can't you?
Don't play coy with me, Ruggado. I see right through you. I'm well aware of what goes on in this place.
Yes, yes. Your mouth is moving, but nothing of worth is coming out. Leave, Ginger. You are disturbing my customers.
Don't think you've seen the last of me.
Ruggado is the only one in Oz who could talk to Ginger like that and get away with it. He's under political asylum here in the Emerald City, which makes him practically untouchable. Still, the guy lost his home, country, and all his magic powers. I suppose he deserves something in return. I'd almost feel sorry for him if he didn't try to aid the Phanphasms during the war. If there's anything important happening outside, I can't see it. I don't suppose anyone would miss this. If you don't help yourself, nobody else will. Hey, Ruggado, mind if I grab some candy?
That's what they're there for. Of course, if you'd like something stronger.
Not quite yet. Maybe later.
Suit yourself.
A fancy mirror adorns the top shelf. Hey, Ruggido. Ever think of having a dart game here?
An interesting idea. Why do you ask?
Oh, no reason. Evening, Ruggido.
Petra, it's been too long. Are you here for business or pleasure?
Business, I'm afraid. I'm on a case. 2 cases, in fact.
Oh, shame.
Can I ask you a few questions about this place?
It's my favorite topic of conversation.
Have you done some work on the place?
You've noticed? Yes, little improvements here and there. It all adds up, you know.
Some of those glasses look very fancy.
Well, I am a gnome. I have a knack for finding anything pretty and shiny.
What made you decide to open a bar, anyway?
Well, you know, what other options are there for an exiled gnome king? A gnome king who was stripped of his home, magic, and throne, and forced to live in a foreign kingdom against his will. Oh, but I'm not bitter, not at all. After spending many years penniless, I've managed to earn enough money to open this place. I'm an honest businessman now. I've let bygones be bygones. I now spend my days and nights listening to the sorrows of the ones who conquered me. You Ozians are so delightful.
How's business?
Oh, fine, fine. I can't complain. Are you buying anything?
I told you, I'm on a case.
Right. Perhaps later.
Let's talk about something else.
Talking is what we bartenders do best.
You remember the old days, right?
How could I ever forget?
What were the phanphasms like?
You fought in the war, didn't you?
Sort of, but I never saw them up close like you did.
They are interesting creatures. Bodies of a human, but with heads of ferocious animals. Not like the animals you have here. There was something primal about them.
But you joined forces with them.
We needed dumb muscle. Unfortunately, they weren't as dumb as I thought.
How did you get captured, anyway?
Ma, you are asking personal questions today.
I've always wanted to know. By that point, I was no longer a soldier.
Oh yes, I heard about your brother.
Right. My question?
Certainly. My dear partner-in-arms, the first and foremost phanphasm, sacrificed me in order to save his worthless hide. Left me for your army to capture while they invaded your city.
Is that right? I was told that Ginger's army captured you.
That's what she would like to think. The phanphasms made me a sacrifice, but forgot that I knew all about their invasion plan. I told your queen everything. That's why I was given political asylum. I was stripped of all my magic power and can't return home again, but at least I'm not rotting in a cell.
You're lucky you lost your magic. Folks who practice magic tend to disappear very quickly around here.
A small mercy. I have forgotten every magic spell I ever knew.
Do you ever miss the Gnome Kingdom?
Once in a while. Sometimes I imagine that the distant city lights are gems embedded in cavern walls, and the hustle and bustle on the streets are my subjects ready to worship at my feet. But times have changed. Relations between Oz and the gnomes are pleasant. They have a new king now. The kingdom is thriving. I'm a relic. They have no need of me anymore.
Let's talk about something else.
Yes.
Can I ask you some questions about Captain Bill?
Poor man. You are helping to clear him?
Yes.
Well, I'll do the best I can.
Was he really here last night? I'm not gonna tell the guard. I want to help him.
Yes, he really was here. Him and his little friend.
Trot.
Yes, she was upstairs. I rent them a small room when they are in town.
Does he have any enemies?
The captain? Why, no. None that I know of, anyway.
Who does business with him?
We never talk business. He sits quietly and drinks. That's all he wants to do, and I let him. He comes here to get away from his troubles, after all.
Does he often seem troubled?
Who doesn't have troubles?
You've got a point. Does he come here often?
Whenever he is in town, they rent a small room upstairs. Well, a storage closet, really, but it suits them.
Let's talk about something else. I'm looking for someone. Can I ask you some questions about him?
I'll do my best.
Have you ever heard of a man named Ansel?
Ansel? No, never heard of that name.
Figures, just like everybody else in this town. Here's this photo. Have you ever seen him?
Doesn't ring a bell, I'm afraid.
Thanks. Let's talk about something else. I've got to leave, Ruggido. I'm on the clock.
Of course, of course.
The captain looks like a wreck. I hope he's able to answer some of my questions. Captain Bill?
What?
My name is Petra. We met earlier, at the dock.
The dock? I had nothing to do with that explosion.
Relax, Captain. Your friend Trot hired me to help you.
Help? I don't need any help. I'll get out of this. I always do.
Sure you will. And I want to help you do it. Can I ask you a couple of questions?
Questions. Everyone wants to ask me questions.
I'm not like Ginger, Captain. I don't think you're guilty.
Fine. Ask what you like.
I'd like to learn more about you, Captain.
Uh-huh.
How did you meet Trot?
Ah, Trot. Innocent Trot. I knew her parents way back when. They're gone now. Everyone's gone. Everyone but Trot.
He's rambling. I had better be careful. Do you have any enemies?
Enemies? Nah. Who'd hate me? Well, except for Trot. But she's family.
You can't think of anyone who would want to frame you.
No, not a one.
Have you ever experimented with magic?
Magic? Ha! Who needs magic? The sea, the wind, and a sturdy boat. That's the only magic I need. I never liked the stuff. Never.
Let's talk about something else.
Good.
Tell me more about your ship.
Uh-huh.
Was it carrying any cargo?
Cargo? No. Nothing was on that ship.
Was anyone on board?
You mean a passenger?
A passenger, a crew member, anyone at all.
There was nobody on board that ship. Not a soul.
Is he lying? He's so drunk that I can't tell. What was your last destination?
The Fountain of Truth, in Winky Country. You can check the register.
I believe you. How long ago was this?
Some weeks ago. Has nothing to do.
I think I've heard enough about your ship. Let's move on to something else.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to talk to you about the explosion.
Ah, you and everybody else. I don't even care who did it anymore. I can rebuild the ship, if people would just leave me alone.
What could have started the explosion?
Magic, apparently. That's what Ginger says.
Is that what you think?
I believe that it could have been magic, but it wasn't started by me.
Did you see the explosion?
No, I didn't. We went over there this afternoon and saw the remains. Trot insisted on calling the guard, and then I get accused. Not to blame Trot, it wasn't her fault. Oh well.
What is your theory?
Me? I got none.
Was anything of value destroyed, aside from the ship?
No. There's my livelihood and possibly my liberty, but that's all.
Let's talk about something else.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about pumpkins, Bill.
Pumpkins?
Do you know Jack Pumpkinhead?
That guy? Sure. He's not exactly hard to miss.
Ever do business with him?
Me? No.
Let's talk about something else. See you around, Captain.
Uh-huh.
Hello, General.
Twice in one evening, Petra? How did I get so lucky?
Looks like we're partners, General. I was hired to look into that explosion.
Petra, if you think I'm going to share any information with you, you are mistaken.
Come on, General, for old time's sake.
If it's old times you're thinking of, you'd just give up and walk away, wouldn't you?
General, I don't like this any more than you do.
Don't bother trying to bribe me again. In the interests of solving this case, I'll talk to you. If you have any information, you share it. Is that clear?
As Quadling Crystal. Why are you so sure it was Bill?
I have my reasons.
Come on, he's harmless.
You should take a look at your friends more carefully. He was arrested several years ago.
He was? For what?
That's not relevant.
How do you know it was a magic explosion?
Dogs. They can sniff magic, you know.
Can they?
Yes. And before you ask, no. You can't have one of our dogs. And we're looking into it.
Let's talk about something else.
I'd rather not talk at all.
About that explosion.
What about it? We're looking into it. And we're looking into it.
Let's talk about something else.
I'd rather not talk at all.
I'm still trying to find Ansel.
So am I.
Any progress?
He'll turn up somewhere. Rats like him always do.
So, General, how goes it?
What is this? Friendly chit-chat? I'm busy, Petra.
About that explosion.
What about it?
How do you know it was a magic explosion?
Dogs. They can sniff magic, you know.
Can they?
Yes. And before you ask, no. You can't have one of our dogs.
Why are you so sure it was Bill?
I have my reasons.
Come on, he's harmless.
You should take a look at your friends more carefully. He was arrested several years ago.
He was? For what?
That's not relevant.
Let's talk about something else.
I'd rather not talk at all.
See you around, General.
Yeah, Get out of here.
Oh, great. Another animal blocking my way. Look, Buster, I'm going in there whether you like it or not.
The name's Toto, lady. And if you want to go in there, it's no skin off my paws.
You're not guarding the entrance?
No.
Sorry. Long day. Hey, Toto. I'd like to talk to you.
Hey, lady, you here to join the cause?
The cause?
Equal rights, man. Society's pushed folks like me around for long enough.
Tell me about yourself, Toto.
Me? I'm just an ordinary Joe trying to better himself. Even though society wants to keep me down.
What are you doing here?
It's a protest. I deserve to get educated just like anybody else. But they won't let me in.
Why's that?
Because I'm a dog, that's why. Hoarding all that knowledge for themselves, for all the good it does them.
Aren't you Dee's dog?
You know Dee?
I'm working for her.
Oh, yeah, I think she mentioned you. Is your name, Sucker?
No, it's Petra.
Oh, she must have been talking about someone else.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
You're Dee's dog, right? Have you ever met Ansel?
That guy? Sure.
How did Dee and Ansel meet?
I don't know for sure. She came home with him one night. She goes out most nights. There's not much for her to do in the palace anymore. He slashed his money around, but then the money stopped being there. And I thought that would be the end of it. But Dee kept seeing him.
Then they got engaged.
Engaged? They got engaged?
You didn't know?
No, I didn't. Ah, great. That's all I need.
What did you think of Ansel?
He's better than most of Dee's men.
Dee dates a lot.
Yeah, enough. She's lonely, you know?
Sure.
Anyway, Ansel, he's all right, I guess. Funny, charming, good-looking, if you're a human. The only thing is, the guy reeked of magic.
Magic?
Well, he wasn't magic himself, but he carried around lots of magical stuff. Humans can't smell it, but I can.
Where do you think Ansel is?
I don't know. I could track him down by smell if I wanted to.
Is your nose that good?
Oh, I can sniff out magic, and that guy reeked of it. But honestly, I don't care. All I want is to get my paws on one of those knowledge pills. Just one.
Enough about Ansel.
Sure.
So, you can sniff out magic?
Yeah, ever since I came here, I started smelling magic. All magic smells slightly different, but they all have that same spicy, sweet smell.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure, I'm not going anywhere.
I'd like to talk about Ansel again.
All right.
Where do you think Ansel is?
I don't know. I could track him down by smell if I wanted to.
Is your nose that good?
Oh, I can sniff out magic, and that guy reeked of it. But honestly, I don't care. All I want is to get my paws just one.
Enough about Ansel.
Sure.
See you around, Toto.
I'll be here.
Hello, Trot.
Hi, Petra. How's the case going?
It's going. I have some more questions for you. I'd like to talk about Captain Bill.
Sure.
How did you meet Captain Bill?
He was a friend of the family. And now he's the only family I've got left.
Did he ever experiment with magic?
No! We never touched magic!
I won't rat to the guard, Trot. You can be honest with me.
We never touched magic.
Bill had some trouble with the law, didn't he?
Oh, that? That was nothing.
Really?
He got off, didn't he? There was no proof. It has nothing to do with this.
Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about your ship.
You mean what's left of it? Okay.
What was the ship for?
To ship stuff, obviously. We travel all over the kingdom and bring goods back.
What kind of goods?
Everything. Food from Munchkin Farms, gems from Winky Mines. It didn't matter what we did or where we went. We just liked to sail. It's all Bill knows.
Was the ship magic in any way?
A magic ship? I don't think so.
Was there any crew aside from you and Bill?
Nope, just us.
I think I've learned enough about your ship.
Okay.
I'd like to know more about this explosion.
Sure.
What caused the explosion?
I don't know. According to Ginger, it was magic. Maybe it was, but it wasn't us.
Where were you when the explosion took place?
It happened last night. Bill and I were staying in town. We came back here to check on things and we saw, well, this. We called the guard, of course. Big mistake.
Any theories of your own?
I think someone is trying to frame us. But I don't know who. Why would someone do this to us?
I don't know, kid. Let's talk about something else.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about this pumpkin?
Sure. We ship pumpkins for Jack Pumpkinhead all the time. Especially to Gillikin country. They love pumpkins up there for some reason.
Really?
Well, sort of. It's funny. Half the time, they return the pumpkins. They say they aren't happy with them. But if they aren't happy with them, why do they keep buying them?
Strange.
I suppose. But strange people are what make Oz so interesting, don't you think?
I don't know about Trot, but life certainly just got a bit more interesting for me. Shipping pumpkins to and from Gillikin country? The hotbed of illegal magic activity? Oh, Jack Pumpkinhead, you're a sly one. Thanks, Trot. I'll be in touch.
Sure, Petra.
I desire knowledge. Does this machine keep records of court transcripts?
Yes, yes.
Perfect. Give me a transcription of Captain Bill's court trial. Interesting. Bill was accused of smuggling an illegal artifact into the city. He was put on trial but found innocent. One of the key witnesses was Jack Pumpkinhead. Apparently it was Jack's testimony that got Bill off. Give me the public record of Jack Pumpkinhead. Give me the public record of Ruggedo, the former Gnome King. Give me the public record of the Phanphasms. I desire knowledge.
Oh, wait a moment, young lady. I can't let you leave here without swallowing that pill.
I'm saving it for later.
Knowledge is powerful. We can't let it get into the wrong hands, can we? Consume it here or don't leave. That is final.
These knowledge pills sure are tasty.
They are not created for taste, but I'm glad you enjoy them.
What do you know? He's fooled. Hey, Toto. Hey, Toto, open wide.
Huh? Why?
I got a knowledge pill for you.
You did? Really?
Have you been a good boy?
Are you for real? Just give me the pill.
Okay, here you go.
Whoa! What a rush!
Learn anything exciting?
Not really, but still, what a kick in the synapses!
Hey, Toto. How goes the protest?
Still fighting for the cause!
Tell me about yourself, Toto.
Me? I'm just an ordinary Joe trying to better himself, even though society wants to keep me down.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure.
I'd like to talk about Ansel again.
All right.
Enough about Ansel.
Sure.
About that magic nose of yours. Can you smell this and see if you detect magic?
Okay. You held up your end of the deal. Where's this pumpkin? Yep. There's definitely magic on there. No question. Now, you won't be using that know-how to rat somebody out, will you?
Not if I can help it.
Well, okay. You did all right by me, so I did all right by you.
Thanks, Toto. You've been a real help. And Bill has some explaining to do.
You're all right, lady. Take this silver dog whistle. Call me if there's anything else you need. Or, you know, if you got any more of those pills laying around.
Hi, Captain.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to learn more about you, Captain.
Uh-huh.
I've heard you had some trouble with the law.
Oh? From who?
Through the grapevine.
It was nothing. A misunderstanding. I got off.
Can you tell me more about it?
There's nothing to talk about.
Let's talk about something else.
Good.
Tell me more about your ship.
Uh-huh.
I think I've heard enough about your ship. Let's move on to something else.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to talk about the explosion.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about something else.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about pumpkins, Bill.
Pumpkins?
I found a piece of pumpkin in the remains of your ship.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how it got there?
It floated there? I don't know.
This pumpkin was exposed to magic.
You know that for sure?
Yes. And it was found in the remains of your ship. Do you have anything to say about that?
No, I don't.
Jack defended you once.
What are you talking about?
I looked up your old case. Jack Pumpkinhead defended you against a charge of smuggling.
Oh, right. Well, he did. It was a long time ago, though.
You said you had no business dealings with Jack.
That wasn't business.
Bill, I'm trying to help you here. I'll find out what you're hiding one way or the other.
I'm not hiding anything.
If you say so. So, what's it like, being a smuggler?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Cut it out, Bill, it's obvious. You were accused of smuggling years ago. Maybe it was true, maybe it wasn't. Either way, Jack Pumpkinhead defended you. Suddenly you're sending pumpkins all over the country. And a pumpkin full of magic is found on the remains of your ship. It's beyond suspicious. Come clean, Captain, or else I'll go to Ginger. It's a dirty move, and I know it, but it's been a long night.
It was...
What?
I had to do it, okay? Trot was sick, very sick. Jack got some medicine for me. A magic amulet that would make her better. It was illegal, I knew it. But somehow it was discovered. Jack was all smiles. He even defended me at the trial. But then that lousy Pumpkinhead started blackmailing me. I had to ship his black market goods all over the country. Threatened to turn me in for real if I didn't do what he asked.
And last night?
He asked me to hide someone. A gent named Ansel. I said okay. We were staying in town anyway.
Why didn't you say anything earlier?
Jack told me Ansel had powerful enemies. They must have been the ones who attacked my ship. I was afraid. Afraid that they'd come after us if I talked. I'm old. I don't care if anything happens to me. But if anything happens to that kid, please, you can't tell anyone.
Don't worry, I'll be discreet. And I'll see if there's a way to prove your innocence.
I thank you.
The plot thickens. Did Ansel survive the explosion? I guess I better find out. He seems to have only one friend in this city. I think it's time to pay the Pumpkinhead another visit. Hello again, Jack.
Yeah. What do you want?
Let's talk about Ansel again.
I told you, I have no idea who that is.
You know what? Forget it.
Done and done.
About your pumpkins.
What about them?
You know what? I'm sick of talking about pumpkins.
Then you're in the wrong place. Leave, why don't you?
About your smuggling operation.
There isn't a smuggling operation.
Never mind.
Good.
Hey, Jack, what do you know about Captain Bill?
Bill who?
Captain Bill, the one you're blackmailing to smuggle illegal magic items and pumpkins.
Not this song and dance again.
I have evidence and testimonies to back these up.
Who from? That drunkard Bill?
Bill is just an innocent pawn in your smuggling ring. His only crime was caring for a young orphan.
If you say so.
I do say so, and I can prove it. I've got enough dirt on you to put you away. And this time, the mud will stick.
So, Petra, I don't see any guards here to arrest me. What is it you want?
Ansel, I know you sent him to Bill. Where is he?
Look, I ain't admitting to anything, but the Scarecrow might.
What?
I said the Scarecrow might be the one you're looking for.
Where can I find this Scarecrow?
Scarecrow? Did I say Scarecrow?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that's all you're getting from me.
So, you sent Ansel to the Scarecrow.
I didn't say that.
You said the Scarecrow knows where he is.
Maybe.
So, how do I find him?
That's your problem, not mine.
See you later, Jack.
The gump stand is that away. Feel free to use it.
Hello again.
The voice of greeting is like a leaf on the wind.
Do you have any more of your enigmatic wisdom to share?
If you search far and wide for wisdom, you miss what's right in front of you. Be careful that your vision does not get muddy.
You wouldn't know anything about the Scarecrow, would you?
The Lady Ozma has done a much better job, and bears the weight much better than the Scarecrow ever could.
You are the Scarecrow.
I am not who you seek.
Look, shut up and listen for once. I can see the straw poking out of your clothes. There's only one man in all of Oz that looks like you.
Are you the authority on what all men look like?
Spare me the song and dance. What's a former ruler of Oz doing on my street corner?
One must always keep an eye and ear out.
So, you are the Scarecrow.
You are correct.
Jack Pumpkinhead sent Ansel to you. I need to find him.
Ansel, do you mean the desperate man?
I don't know. Was he desperate?
The man you call Ansel was indeed desperate. So I sent him to the one last refuge of truly desperate men.
And that is?
Seek out the former Gnome King.
Ruggido? Why?
My knowledge is past. I have nothing more to tell you. Good evening to you, and good luck.
Evening, Ruggido.
Evening, Petra.
I'm looking for someone. Can I ask you some questions about him?
I'll do my best.
You can stop pretending. I know he came here.
Whoever do you mean?
Ansel. The Scarecrow sent him. He told me himself.
He did he?
Yes.
Well, all right. If you must know, Ansel is here in this room.
Where is he?
He's transformed. You probably noticed my new crystal decanter.
Yes.
That's your friend, Ansel.
He's a decanter.
Yes, I transformed him myself.
I thought you lost all your magic power.
I did. I can't keep a single spell in my head. Fortunately, I have one written down. I can transform anyone into an ornament. Unfortunately, it only works with the victim's consent, so I can hardly use it to take over the city again.
Why did Ansel consent to being transformed?
He was on the run. Dangerous people were looking for him. It's the refuge of last resort, isn't it?
Transform him back.
I can't do that. Not unless he wants to.
I don't care if he wants to.
That's not the problem. The spell only works with the victim's consent. And he is content to remain the way he is.
I need to talk to him.
Can you speak ornament?
No, I can't speak ornament.
Would you like to?
What do you mean?
If I transform you, then you can talk to him.
Transform me then. I want to talk to him.
Very well, just a moment.
I've got you now, gnome.
Ginger, a pleasure as always.
None of that. Magic definitely leaked out of this establishment.
Please, I'm just an honest businessman. Don't you have real criminals to go after?
You're the biggest criminal of them all, Ruggado. You're coming with me.
I'm not moving from this spot.
I never said you had to. I'll talk to you at headquarters.
Thanks a bunch, Ginger. Now what am I supposed to do?
Haha!
Who was that?
Can't you guess?
Ansel.
Got it in one.
I've been all over this city looking for you.
Well, you found me. Pat yourself on the back.
You're a hard guy to find, Ansel.
And yet you managed. That's impressive, sweetheart. I'm impressed. I thought I had all the angles covered. I'd give you a kiss if I could.
Yeah, and I'd give you a smack if I could.
Look at her. I'm being threatened by a code rack. And I thought I'd seen everything.
So, Ansel, I have some questions.
Sure, ask away. I'm an open book.
No, you're a crystal decanter.
Ah, semantics.
Why are you hiding?
Hiding me? Nah. I'm a spy for the Emerald City Health and Safety Department.
Please, I'm trying to help you out here.
Look, when you're in a corner, there's no place else but Ruggido's. Sure, he's a former tyrannical military despot, but he's sure helpful in a tight spot.
Who is after you?
Nobody who can find me now. Unless you squeal, but you wouldn't want to do that. The people after me are bad news. They'd probably do something to you as well.
Who blew up Bill and Trot's ship?
I tell you, but I decant. Get it? Can't, decant, decanter? I'm a decanter?
Yeah, I get it. Just answer my question.
Don't think I'll be doing that. Let's just say I've got something they want. Even if they find me, the object they want is in my pocket. Which, sadly, has been transformed along with the rest of me.
Let's talk about something else.
Sure, I'm not going anywhere.
Dee hired me to find you.
Dee? Sweet kid.
I have some questions about her. When's the wedding?
Wedding?
She said you were engaged.
Engaged? No. You got it all wrong, sugar. I'm not the marrying type. She was fun to hang around with for a while. but I've moved on.
Why does she want to find you so bad?
She wants to find me?
She hired me to find you. She has a magical device that told her you were back in town.
Oh, that magic picture of hers. I didn't think she'd use it to spy on me. Clever girl.
Are you aware that Dee is Dorothy Gale?
Oh, sure. She tried to hide it, but I knew. Poor little princess and all that. Living up in the royal palace with the Ice Queen. No wonder she wants to escape and have a little fun once in a while.
Let's talk about something else.
You got it.
I need to know more about this transformation.
Yeah, it's quite a kick, ain't it? You got no cares, no worries now. Just kick back and hold coats forever.
Yeah, well, I've got things to do. And 700 emeralds to collect. How do we transform back?
Only if we want to be transformed.
Well, I do want to be transformed.
Then, you've got to wait for Ruggado. He's the only one who knows the spell.
Is he actually coming back?
I'm not sure. Ginger doesn't have any evidence, but she doesn't always need any.
Well, I'm not sitting here as a coat rack forever. There has to be a way to undo this.
It could be worse. You could be a spittoon.
Does Ruggado do this often?
Often enough. How do you think he's got such fancy stuff?
So everything in here used to be a person?
No, not everything, but enough of them. A word of advice? Don't talk to the mirror. She's a real drag.
Do you know the spell? I couldn't hear Ruggado when he said it.
Yeah, he does that. He reads it off a piece of paper.
Where's the spell written?
On the floor behind the bar, I think.
That's no good. I can't bend over to see it.
Hey, relax, will ya? Why the rush? What's time to a piece of furniture?
Let's talk about something else.
You talk too much, you know?
I have to think of a way out of this. Don't go anywhere.
Don't worry, doll. I ain't moving.
Hello?
Hello? Are you talking to me?
Yes. Who are you?
Oh, nobody. Just a mirror. Go away.
Are you transformed?
I'm a mirror.
Yes, I can see that. But did Ruggado transform you?
Ruggado saved me.
Could you tilt down for me? There's a piece of paper on the floor and I need to see what it says.
I can't move. I'm a mirror.
No, you're not. You used to be a living, breathing person like me. Please, can you tilt down for me?
Tell me I'm pretty.
What?
Tell me I'm pretty.
Sure, you're pretty.
I don't believe you.
Oh, for Lurline's sake. Who did you used to be?
Nobody. I'm a mirror.
You're pretty.
You're lying.
No, really, you're pretty. Now will you tilt down for me?
I don't believe you.
Never mind. Ansel.
Yes, baby doll.
Shut up. Just shut up. I'd like to know more about the mirror.
Her? Sure.
Who is she?
I don't know. She's been here for a while. Whoever she is, she's a real wet blanket. Oh, she's always going on like that. Between you and me, I think she's just confused.
She doesn't believe me when I say she's pretty.
That's because you don't know how to talk to a lady.
And you do?
You could say that. Try talking about her eyes.
She doesn't have any eyes.
Just do it. Trust me.
Never mind. I have to think of a way out of this. Don't go anywhere.
Don't worry, doll. I ain't moving.
Hello?
Hello? Are you talking to me?
Yes. Who are you?
Oh, nobody. Just a mirror. Go away.
You have really nice eyes.
I do? I didn't think I had eyes anymore.
I mean the eyes inside? They reflect, the inner beauty of your soul. I'm a detective, not a poet. Shh! Your body might be transformed, but your inner beauty can never be changed.
That's the sweetest thing anybody has ever said to me.
Do you know what would make you even prettier?
What?
If you tilted down just a little bit.
Oh, a great idea!
Smooth.
Shut up. Okay, I can see a piece of paper in the mirror. It's backwards, but I think it says Ornamentov. Ansel?
Yes, baby doll.
I'd like to know more about the mirror.
Her? Sure.
Never mind. I have to...
Don't worry.
Ornamentov! Thankler line, that's over. I thought I was never gonna get out of there.
Hey, you Petra?
Who's asking?
Dee sent me. She wants to see you. Get in.
Do I have a choice?
Sure. You can ride, or I carry you by the scruff of your shirt.
Looks like I'm getting in. So, Dee still lives in the Royal Palace. I used to spend a lot of time here back in my army days. The army barracks were cramped, noisy, and ugly. And they certainly didn't have a view like this. Hey, Gump!
Yeah?
I'm ready to leave now.
I only get paid once you talk to Dee. So either you stay here, or you climb down.
Hello?
Come in.
Nice place you got here.
It's home. So tell me what you got.
Ansel is hiding in Ruggido's bar. He willingly transformed into an ornament to avoid detection.
He did, huh? Yeah, that sounds like him.
Ansel was on an expedition for the university. Apparently, he found something. I don't know what. Whatever he found, it caused him to go into hiding.
Ansel sold all sorts of magical things on the black market. It was only a matter of time before he bit off more than he could chew.
Ansel was a smuggler.
Yeah, I knew that.
You didn't think to tell me.
If you were any good, you would have found out for yourself. Which you did. So consider it a compliment.
I'm afraid there was another woman.
I knew it. It was that Bobbins woman, wasn't it?
Yes. He went to her place right after entering the city.
It figures. He goes back to her like a pig to its trough.
Not really. She kicked him out.
Maybe she's got better taste than I thought.
I think he was indirectly responsible for blowing up a ship at the dock.
He blew up a ship?
No, someone blew it up trying to kill him, but he escaped.
Lucky for him.
Not so lucky for the owners of the ship. So, I found your boy. I believe the agreement was 700?
Not quite. The agreement was for you to bring him to me.
No, the agreement was for me to find him.
Semantics. Still, this development does put a new light on things. Petra, you look like someone who could use a lot more than 700 emeralds. How would you like to earn more?
Pay me first, then we'll talk.
You'll be paid. Just hear me out. I know the spell that was used on Ansel. I'm the one who sold it to Rugido in the first place. I didn't know Ansel would ever get this desperate.
You sold it? What for? You obviously don't need any money.
You know who I am, don't you?
Sure I do. Everybody knows Dorothy Gale. He came to Oz as a kid, killed 2 of our most powerful witches, and then left.
Very good.
Then the wizard stepped down as ruler and put the Scarecrow in charge. I know that much.
The Scarecrow had no desire to rule. It was Ozma's place, not his. The Scarecrow gladly gave the throne to her. She was everything a ruler should be. She was strong and wise. Everything was perfect. I found myself returning to Oz again and again. Eventually, I stayed. Ozma made me an honorary princess. I lived here in the palace, and everyone looked up to me. Then the war happened, and everything changed.
The war changed a lot of things.
Truer words were never spoken.
What do you mean?
We were attacked. We were weak. We were vulnerable. Ozma turned cold and hard. She was determined that we'd never be attacked again. She tolerates me living here, but she doesn't talk to me anymore. And without her influence, I'm nothing.
You seem to be doing okay.
You don't understand. I want to leave the palace.
So, leave. You're not a prisoner.
It's not that simple. Life outside the palace would be difficult.
Poor little rich girl, huh?
Don't be flippant. I am not from this world, Petra, and I can't go back home. If I leave this palace for good, I need to make my way in this world. And for that, I need Ansel.
Sorry to break it to you, but he's done with you.
That is irrelevant. I'm not done with him. He has something I need.
What is it?
A magic artifact from Gillikin country. He was planning on selling it and making a fortune. I've decided I want it instead. You find a way to transform him back and get me that artifact.
What's in it for me?
More emeralds, of course. How would you like a new office in a proper section of town? Maybe you could even buy a new hat.
What's wrong with my hat?
Nothing. But you could buy thousands more.
Magic? I don't have a license. You get caught with magic in this town, you get thrown to the wolves.
You cast a spell earlier tonight, didn't you?
That was survival. I was a coat rack.
Still, you've shown that you can bend the law when it's required.
Why don't you get it yourself?
I can't be seen doing such things. I want to keep a low profile.
No, it's too risky.
I'll make it worth the risk. How much do you want?
Just give me the 700.
How about 2,000? 4,000?
Stop. Just stop. Something is wrong. Nobody is this desperate.
Just this one thing. Name your price.
I'm leaving.
Your brother.
How dare you?
Years ago, you lost your brother.
You don't know anything about it.
I know that nobody helped you try and find him. I have some magic at my disposal, and I'm licensed. Do this one thing for me, and I will help you find your brother.
No, no, no. She did not just go there. All those years of searching, all those years of hoping, all those years of anger and hatred and frustration at everyone who refused to help me. Does this fake princess really think she can use it to control me? How can I break the spell?
Rugido's spell can be broken by a transformation potion.
Where can I get one?
You're the one with the underground contacts, Petra. Find that potion and get me that artifact.
You better keep your word. I'm ready to leave now.
No problem, lady. Just let me know where you want to go.
Hello again, Jack.
Yeah. What do you want?
Hey, Jack. Do you know where I can get a transformation potion?
You what?
A transformation potion, Jack. Where can I get one?
I don't know what...
Can it, Pumpkinhead? I need the potion. I have no interest in seeing the guard nab you. I don't owe them any favors.
Well, I ain't admitting anything, but... I hear that the Patchwork Girl accepts goods from various smugglers.
Various?
I ain't snitching, just saying what I hear.
Scraps.
Hello there!
I've got some buttons for you.
You do? Oh, that's dreadful. Oh, do I mean fantastic? Oh, it doesn't matter. Thank you, neighbor. Here are some more drawings. Enjoy!
Scraps.
Hello there!
Jack sent me.
Who?
You know, the Pumpkinhead. He said you've got, you know, items of a magic nature.
Oh! You want illegal magical goods?
Shh.
Sure, I can give you illegal magical goods.
Keep it down, Scraps.
I have lots of illegal magical goods.
For Lurlene's sake, will you pipe down?
Just tell me what kind of illegal magical goods you need.
Since when do you operate a black market?
Since never. Or is that always? Either way, it's the only way I can make a decent living in this town. Of course, some don't see it that way.
Is that why you hired the lion?
I'm a magic creature in a country that has banned magic. Who else would help me?
I need a potion that will reverse a transformation.
Ooh, I have just the thing. That illegal magical potion will cost you 50 emeralds.
Fine, here. Just be quiet.
And just for you, I'll throw in a bottle of green juice.
Green juice?
It turns things green.
What is the use of that? Everything here is already green.
That's why I have to give them away. Please, take it.
Sure, fine. Thanks, Scraps. Bye, Scraps.
Toodaloo!
He's stuck fast to the shelf. No way he's budging.
Hey! Now why'd you go and do a thing like that, huh?
Ansel, you've got something you're not supposed to have.
What are you talking about?
The spirit rod. Give it to me.
Not a chance, sister. I risked my life getting a hold of this little thing, and I'm not gonna give it up without a fight.
If it's a fight you want.
You're feisty, that's for sure. When I sell this thing and make my millions, I just might look you up.
What's so important about the spirit rod?
I have no idea. I do know some bad people want it badly enough to kill for it. And I figure maybe they'll want it badly enough to pay for it, too.
I need it more than you.
I need the emeralds just as much as you do, I'm sure.
It's not the emeralds I'm after.
Then you're crazier than you look.
You're an idiot. Give it to me.
Those are some tough words, sister. If I wasn't in such a hurry, I might be insulted.
Enough talk. Hand it over.
You want it? Sure. But you have to catch me first.
Hey! Get back here!
Just walk away, lady. I'm like the wind. You'll never catch me.
You're like the wind, all right. Blowing from one place to another. Is that a way to live a life?
I've come too far to give up now. The spirit rod stays in my pocket till I find another hiding place.
Ansel!
Huh?
Why is nothing easy in this town? Follow that gum. Go faster. Keep up with them.
This is as fast as I go, lady.
They're getting away.
Not my problem.
I'll pay double if you go faster.
I told you, this is as fast as I go. I don't have the energy to go faster.
You've got to.
Hey, you gonna nag or you gonna let me fly? This is as fast as gums can go.
He was right. The other gum wasn't getting any closer, but at least he wasn't getting any farther away.
You are a pathetic weasel of a man!
Hey, Gum!
The name's Fluffy.
Fluffy?
You got a problem with Fluffy?
No! Fluffy's great. Are you sure you can't go any faster?
I told you, we gums only have the energy to go this fast.
Because you stole the spirit rod and then ran away! And you don't. I could sell it. How about I just kill you and find it myself? Junior, what would the professor say? You leave him out of this. He's irrelevant. About you. Shut up! You know nothing.
Here, try some of this candy.
There are wheels
Hey, that's some good stuff. That sugar gets you a major rush. You sure this is legal? Because I don't want to get into trouble with the union.
Sure it's legal. Now catch that gum.
Is this a way to treat an old friend? You're no friend of mine. Friends don't steal from one another. You never paid me for the last job, so that makes us even.
Leave him alone, Cutter. That spirit rod is mine.
Oh, it's you. you for finding Ansel for me. But that spirit rod belongs to us.
Us? Who is us?
The Phantasms. Phantasms? Oh, this just gets better and better.
You're working with the Phantasms?
I am a Phantasm.
But Phantasms have animal heads.
Humans are a type of animal, are they not?
I guess.
Once in a while, a phantasm is born with a human head.
I'm taking you in. I'm sure the Royal Guard will love talking to you.
I'd like to see you try.
Why were you working at the university?
I am a spy, Ozian. What better way to learn about Oz's military history than at the university?
Enough talk. Let's finish this.
My thoughts exactly. Hey, I don't know what you want the spirit rod for, Petra, but I'm no traitor. I thought this was just some trinket, but if you're going to use it to destroy Oz, I'll get rich some other way. The spirit rod! You had it in your pocket this whole time? Yeah, way to miss the obvious, schoolboy. Catch.
Ugh.
Oops. This is why I never played ball games as a kid.
The eastern section is secure, Ginger.
Good. And that's your entire report?
Affirmative.
Very well. In that case... Wait, what's that up there?
That is Petra, I believe. And she is holding a magic rod.
Is she now? Hello, Petra. I just saved your life. And you're under arrest.
Unable to resist, I was dragged to the royal palace.
Practicing magic within the Emerald City?
She was caught red-handed, Your Majesty.
Queen Ozma's gaze is like ice and fire. Her eyes glare right through you, seeing everything but revealing nothing. If she remembers who I am, she's giving no sign.
Petra, was it?
Yes.
Tell me how you came across this object, this spirit rod.
A man named Ansel gave it to me. I don't know where he got it from.
And where is this Ansel? Can you produce him?
No.
If I may, Your Majesty, this spirit rod is not all we found. We also found a bottle of transformation potion in her pocket. It had been recently used.
A transformation potion?
It wasn't mine!
More lies? We're wasting our time.
I'm afraid things don't look good for you, Petra.
This trial is a joke. I'm gonna get locked up for sure. I know my rights. I demand a lawyer.
A lawyer? Why bother? Your Majesty, this one has been causing us trouble for a long, long time. She has a reputation of desertion, sedition, and rabble-rousing going back 20 years. She has taken advantage of your good graces for far too long.
Perhaps so, but she is within her rights. If she desires a lawyer, I will summon one.
Petra, so good to see you.
And it goes from bad to worse.
Your illegally gained magical knowledge must be removed. It is a requirement that you take this Obliviate pill.
And if I refuse?
I am authorized to use reasonable force.
I've seen TikTok reasonably rip a door clean off its hinges. Pick and choose your battles, Petra.
Good. Please proceed into the allotted cell. Enter.
Cozy.
It meets all the safety and comfort requirements as per the rules.
Rules, yeah. I know all about rules.
Do you have any questions?
Are there any secret passages or tunnels I should know about?
No.
Well, it was worth a try. How long will I be in here for?
The minimum penalty for magic possession or magic use is 5 years imprisonment.
5 years? That's ridiculous!
You are held under 2 counts of possession, so the penalty is 10.
Can't you just let me go? For old time's sake.
I cannot.
Come on! Remember that time we were on patrol at Mount Munch? And your clockwork ran out in the middle of that forest? There were wild woozies coming at us from every corner, but who stayed and wound you up? Me, that's who.
Your memory is faulty. You had lost the map and needed me to guide you back to camp.
Semantics. We have a history TikTok. That counts for something, doesn't it?
I am afraid not.
No questions. Just leave.
Goodbye.
I've got to admit, Junior, what this place lacks in subtlety makes up for in style. Do you ever shut up? Never found the need to. Agent Cutter, back from the field. I bring a prisoner for the first and foremost.
Cutter! Welcome.
It's good to be home, Your Highness.
I trust your mission was successful.
Yes and no. Lock this Ozian up and I'll explain.
Petra,
What?
you have a visitor. Step away from the door.
Oh, it's you.
Am I? Or am I just an illusion?
I trust what I can see.
A wise choice. But in this world of magic and mystery, how can you be sure what is real?
I assume you're here for a reason?
Must I have a reason for anything?
You're a former King of Oz. You're practically royalty. Royalty doesn't bother with ordinary people like me. Especially ordinary people rotting in prison.
You are anything but ordinary, detective.
Don't give me that. I'm nothing special.
Perhaps so, perhaps not. May I ask you a question?
Do I have a choice?
What drives you to be a detective? Why do you do what you do?
I want to make a difference.
A difference to who, detective? The citizens? The kingdom?
People need help. I can help them. It's what I do.
Yet you broke the law today. Why did you do that?
I wanted to finish what I started.
You broke the law, risked discovery, and incarceration out of professional courtesy?
What can I say? I'm a pro.
Or maybe there was another reason. A boy of 5, gone without a trace. How sad for him, and for you.
What is this? Memory lane? I know what happened, and I'd do it again.
Others lost their family too, detective. Do you think your loss is greater than theirs?
Yes! Sure, people lost family and friends, but at least they know how they were lost. William was just gone. No body, no nothing. I even tried using magic to find him just before the ban went into effect. It all led to nothing. He wasn't dead, he wasn't alive, he didn't exist.
So you went to look for him.
What choice did I have? He was my brother.
So you became a detective.
A girl's gotta get by somehow.
Did you hope, perhaps, that during your various cases, investigating the scum of society, the dregs of Emerald City, that you might find some clue about your brother?
Anything could happen.
I think I understand.
You do? You mean I can get out of here?
I'm afraid I don't have the power to do that.
Then what was the point of all this?
I'm merely a seeker of knowledge, Detective. I suggest that you seek your own.
Hey! Wait! You can't just leave me here! Great. I just bared my soul to an idiot who can't help me. How am I gonna get out of here? The Scarecrow left this behind. What's this? Escape 'em? Hey! Anybody out there?
Is there a problem?
You're the warden?
It is one of my duties, yes.
I demand another cell.
This is the cell assigned to you. You cannot request another.
When do we eat?
Do you require sustenance?
I haven't eaten anything all day.
Prisoners are allowed 1 bowl of nourishment per shift. If you wish, I can serve it to you.
I'm hungry. If you've got food, let's have it.
Regulations allow you 1 bowl of nourishment per shift. Step away from the door. Here it is. Enjoy.
Is this it?
Yes. It contains all the necessary elements to keep you alive.
Sure, it'll keep me alive. Barely. A few months on this stuff and I could escape by sliding under the door. This is disgusting.
It fulfills all the dietary requirements to feed a human. A pleasant taste is not one of them.
Yeah, I can see that. How old is this food?
It is 3 weeks and 2 days old.
You're kidding.
This food does not spoil for several years. It is perfectly serviceable.
I won't eat this.
This is the regulation meal.
Regulations. I'm so sick of laws and regulations. Well, this is what I think of your regulations! What do you think of that?
The rules say I must serve you food. They do not say you have to eat it. I have fulfilled my duty. Goodbye.
That felt good. I should rebel against authority more often. Although I do feel a little empty inside. Oh, right. Hunger. Maybe this wasn't one of my better ideas. Whoa. Feel a little dizzy. It seems the Scarecrow left me a magic spell. I just wish I knew what it does.
Is there a problem?
Let me out of here!
It is not within my duty to do so.
Yes, there is a problem.
Please state the nature of your problem.
This cell is too damp.
Analysis shows that this cell is within acceptable levels of humidity.
Well, I say it's not.
My sensors are never wrong.
This cell is too dark.
The light levels for this cell are within allowable limits, according to the guidelines.
Maybe I'm going blind. Take me to a doctor.
My scans indicate your eyes are perfectly healthy.
This cell is too cold.
My scans show that the heat levels are acceptable to humans. A blanket has been supplied should you need it.
Yeah, you have all the answers, don't you?
Yes.
The bed is uncomfortable.
It is a regulation bed, providing regulation comfort. Prisoners get used to it in 3 months, on average.
That food on the wall is a health hazard. It'll rot and start smelling bad.
Rotting food is a valid health risk. However, that food is not rotting.
How can you tell?
It is still white. If it were rotting, it would be green. That food won't begin to rot for several years.
Actually, I don't have a problem after all. No problems here. Just go.
Goodbye.
Now I've got a splat of green food on the wall. With this kind of entertainment, the years of incarceration are just gonna fly by. Hey! TikTok!
Is there a problem?
Yes, there is a problem.
Please state the nature of your problem.
That food on the wall is a health hazard. Look at it, it's green.
That is most unusual. That food came from a recent batch. Regardless, it appears to have spoiled. It is my duty to clean it. Step away from the door.
The throne room is empty, Fenkler Line. Now, to find another way out of here. Now to find my way out of here. Huh? I must have taken a wrong turn and ended up right back where I started from. The famous magic picture. You just ask it to show you something and it does. If you ask me, it's just another form of spying. I wonder... Show me Petra. I see myself in the throne room, looking at a picture of myself in the throne room. Don't know what else I expected, really. Show me Ozma. Nothing. Of course she'd shield herself from this kind of thing. Show me William, my brother. Nothing. Nothing at all. Show me Dee. Dee's in her suite brushing her hair. Her little dog Toto is in there too. The whistle was silent, but I felt like I was alerting the whole palace.
Hey, it's you! What are you doing here?
Escaping. Can you help me get out? Is there a secret exit or something?
Not that I know of, but Dee could help.
Dee, she still owes me 700 emeralds. With that money, I could easily get out of town and hide until this blows over. All right, take me to Dee.
Just follow me and be quiet. Hey, Dee, someone here to see you.
You're supposed to be in prison.
Yeah, no thanks to you.
I cannot be blamed for that. It's not my fault you're incompetent.
Your boyfriend's the one who's incompetent. He stole from a Phanphasm spy.
The spirit rod came from Phanphasm Island?
I have no idea. I just know that this is much bigger than either of us imagined. You owe me something for what I went through.
I don't see why I owe you anything. I have neither Ansel nor the spirit rod.
Can you at least give me the gump fare to get out of here?
I'm not giving you one lead cent.
Lead cent?
An expression where I come from.
Where's my brother? You said you could help.
I'm afraid I can't help you with that. I admit I was curious about your brother. So I used Ozma's magic picture. It showed me nothing.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
You used Ozma's magic picture? That's illegal.
You're right. Maybe she should throw me in prison. Oh wait, she already did. Toto, help me out here.
Sorry, lady, I'm her dog. What she says, goes. If she doesn't want to use a belt, she doesn't want to use a belt.
Toto, shh.
Belt?
You don't know about a magic belt?
No!
Toto!
It gives her one wish a day.
Toto!
Only keeping her informed, Dee. It's important to be educated.
Why didn't you use the belt to find Ansel?
I tried. It didn't work. Ansel learned a few tricks on his travels. He knew how to protect himself from my belt's power. Approaching you was my last resort. Believe me.
Use the belt on me. Get me out of this mess.
I am not using my daily wish on you. I needed to color my hair.
You owe me, Princess.
Like I said, I owe you nothing. I have neither Ansel nor the spirit rod. You're on your own.
Come on! Just wish me far away from this palace.
Send her to Ev. It's supposed to be nice this time of year.
I told you, no! Now leave before I just wish you back into prison.
Dee, I'll only say this once. If you don't get me out of here, I'll make your life a misery. Trust me on that.
Your threats mean nothing, Petra. Get out. Now.
You want me to beg? I'll beg. Dorothy Gale, please help me. My brother's out there somewhere. I'm the only one who can find him. Do you want that on your conscience?
God, you're impossible. You want a wish? Here's a wish. I wish you would be quiet!
Huh?
What's the matter? Cat got your tongue?
She wished me into silence. I can't say a word.
Now get out of here. Maybe you can escape, maybe you can't. But I won't be involved in helping you.
I want to scream. I want to curse and howl at her. But she has all the cards. I'm on my own. Stupid D, stupid Magic, stupid Ozma, stupid Toto, stupid Petra. Oh, I should have known better than to get involved in this case. That's strange. I can't hear my footsteps. I guess D's spell affected more than just my speech. With my footsteps silent, she can't hear me. At least that's one good thing that's happened to me today. The General sure can snore. I'm almost out of here. Huh? Voices. They're coming this way. I have to hide.
A phantasm spy in our university.
Professor Wogglebug said he was just as shocked as anyone. You needn't punish him.
I don't intend to. He is useful in his way.
Have you examined the spirit rod?
Yes, and you were right. It is the same spirit rod that was used in the war.
And the souls of the witches?
Were inside, yes.
Fascinating.
You know what this means.
I do.
If you were still king, would you do anything different?
I am not capable of making those decisions, Your Majesty. That is why I am no longer king. As your advisor, I do the best I can, but the choices are yours to make. You know what is best for Oz. You keep us strong. You keep us safe.
We won't be attacked again, Scarecrow. I won't allow it.
I never said otherwise.
And what about the woman who found the spirit rod?
Yes, Petra. She's in the prison now.
I had no choice, Scarecrow. That law exists for a reason.
I am sure she appreciates that. I wonder how she is coping. Perhaps you could use this magic picture to find out.
An interesting idea.
What? He helps me escape and then betrays me? That backstabbing, straw-filled son of a...
Show me Petra.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, interesting. Come out, Petra. We know you're there.
I can't say a word. Not that it would do me any good. They have me. I can either give myself up or wait for the guard to drag me out. But if I'm about to go down, then I'll go down with dignity.
You escaped. Tell me how.
Even if I wasn't affected by a silence spell, I'd get executed for just thinking that. Thank Lurline for small favors.
It appears she can't speak.
Are you sure?
If this woman can do anything, it's talk.
I can reverse that spell. Come with me to the throne room. We have much to discuss.